Yanks in England. What surprised us the most? This is from a channel called Amelia and JP Abroad. So yeah, we about to dive right into this, and we about to see what this is about. With that being said, we're smoking all my dragons, divine, righteous, almighty, greats, overachieving, never slacking. And when I say we about to see what this is about is as far as like what surprised them. You know, what had these Yanks, as they call us. It's crazy saying that. So I'm surprised. So I'm not gonna waste no time. Let's get to it. Here we go.
Like most Yanks, we are fascinated with the English. We watch the TV shows and the movies, so we thought we were prepared for the culture, but we were still shocked by quite a few things. Today we're going to walk around Hyde Park and central London and share some of the things that caught us off guard.
You might be wondering why we're in London, especially after we talked about how we've blown our slow travel budget. London is by far the most expensive place we've been so far, but we decided it was time to upgrade our camera gear finally and stop using our iPhones to record everything. So we came here so that I could buy a new camera and speak English to the people who sell them. It's the right decision for our YouTube channel, and we got to check London off our bucket list, which we're so excited about.
And now for the things that shocked us about England, starting with the expensive housing. Our Airbnb was almost double the amount we paid in Paris, and it is even further out. According to Nubeo, the rental prices in the United Kingdom are 25% lower compared to the United States, and we could have rented for less had we moved even further out, like an hour outside the city, but we didn't want to be that far since we weren't going to be here that long. We ended up renting a place on Airbnb in Acton.
I will say this: whatever camera they got is just perfect because they are so clear.
Which is an area that is going through a bit of transition. It's a really cute town, and we did see some properties that were for sale. It says it's a 6-bedroom, double-fronted, attached family home, so it's a really big house. We were pretty shocked by those prices because that's an older neighborhood. A lot of those places are getting gutted and completely remodeled, and I think that one I was looking at was actually a duplex that had been converted to a single, but still, that's quite a lot of money.
Definitely. Definitely we're on a more expensive side.
This is Kensington Palace, where Princess Di lived for over 15 years, and across from us is her beautiful memorial garden.
One of the things that really shocked us here is how little the dollar is worth against the British pound. Right now, £1 is worth 0.79p, that's pence or like a cent in British talk, and it just does not go very far here.
We were caught off guard by the language barrier in English. Yes, they have a different accent and it is wonderful. But there were times when we didn't understand the slang or the accent, and sometimes we just could not understand what they were saying.
I was always taught that the United States is a melting pot, but after being here in London, I can say it is way more of a melting pot here. The diversity is off the charts. Here in London, we're seeing people from all over the world here, all different languages, even more diverse than what we saw in Paris.
The groceries are so affordable here. I was pretty shocked by that, although I shouldn't be, because the groceries are so affordable once you're outside of the United States. According to Nubeo, the prices are almost 24% lower compared to the US, but I think that is inaccurate because I think the prices are even higher in the States, or at least they were when I went shopping with my family. It's just blowing my mind about how cheap the groceries are here. You can get everything you need and you get really good quality.
Another thing that shocked us is that the food stereotype is dead wrong. The food here is wonderful. Of course, we did not eat any blood pudding or any of those like traditional dishes, but we have eaten out several times and the food was amazing.
Yeah, you can find all types of cuisine here. You can get the traditional British pub food, which also looked pretty good, except for maybe that blood pudding, but everything we had was fantastic.
Yeah, we ate at a variety of restaurants, Indian, Thai, and it was all really delicious.
And the service was really good. Another thing that we really appreciate and that caught us off guard was the fact that the price you see is the price that you pay. It even has a service charge included into it, so you don't have to pay extra for tax or for a service charge.
After being in mainland Europe for about 6 months, we kind of got used to places being closed in the afternoon and on Sundays, but here it's surprised us that everything is open. They don't close for 4 or 5 hours in the middle of the afternoon, and they don't close on Sundays, at least here in London. And it's actually been pretty nice, so that when we're ready to go out, we're ready to be done working for the day.
You know what's crazy? That Ferris wheel, I wonder if there. Okay, so there's like a. I'm pretty sure when I was downtown Atlanta, there was a Ferris wheel. I wonder if that was inspired by the one in London. I'm gonna look that up.
Around 4 or 5 o'clock, we go out and places are actually open.
We rented a place without air conditioning, and that's typical because they normally don't have really hot temperatures here. However, there were a couple days that it was in the mid 80s and there was no breeze like there is today. And those temperatures were about 15 to 17 degrees above normal, and let me tell you, it was pretty toasty. Of course, we knew that they drive on the left here, but we're still shocked about how disorienting it has been for us as pedestrians to remember to look the opposite way before crossing the street. We're both really grateful that they have clearly marked signs on the ground to say, look right, look left, or look both ways. It is a bit unnerving because we're just not used to that.
I find the traffic pattern extremely disorienting, and I feel like a bit like I'm in upside down world here, a bizarro world, because it seems like everything is the same and yet it's completely opposite, and my brain just cannot wrap itself around this concept of driving on the opposite side of the road. It changes literally everything from crossing the street to driving to turning. It's really, really confusing.
We've been living abroad for almost 7 years now, and no place we've lived has been an English-speaking country, so we are very used to hearing other languages spoken all the time, hardly any English. So it's been very disorienting to be here in England and in London and hear nothing, well, almost nothing, but English spoken, but with various different accents that we are not used to coming from the United States. I don't know, it's felt kind of weird, and it's been a bit of an adjustment. It feels so similar at times to the US, so it feels like we should be feeling like we're at home in our home country, but this is not our home country, and sometimes we have to do a double take.
We were not surprised by the pub culture here because this is where pubs were invented. They used to be called the public houses. Pretty common to see those throughout England. What we were not expecting to see is how popular they are. Some of them, they're so packed on the inside that they just overflow out into the street and everybody stands around drinking their pints of beer. One of the most shocking things about London is all these beautiful parks. We're in Hyde Park right now. It's kind of like Central Park in New York City. It is so lush and green. I mean, it's just amazing. The trees, the leaves are so thick that the sun can't even make it through to the ground. Their flowers are blooming. There's beautiful gardens all over. There's parks all over the city, and they all look pretty much just like this one.
Yeah, and they're all big and spacious. I have been shocked as well by the amount of large parks in the city and also in our neighborhood.
Of course, we have seen all of the monuments before in TVs and movies and textbooks, but it just doesn't do it justice. You have to see them in person to really take in the full gravity of it and the majesty of them all. I think my favorite was either Big Ben or maybe the Tower Bridge. What's your favorite, Amelia?
The Tower Bridge and the Tower of London were both amazing, but I think my favorite was Westminster Abbey. It is massive. The detail is absolutely stunning. But I gotta say, I also loved seeing Selfridges because we used to watch that TV show, and to get to see it in person, the building itself is spectacular.
Yeah, it was really crowded on the inside though. We didn't stay in there very long because it's kind of hard to walk. It was elbow to elbow people. The thing about the Tower of London that's so amazing is that they built it on top of the Roman ruins, which we love. You can even see some of them at the bottom of the walls and around the Tower of London. It's just fascinating.
We loved our visit and we are so happy we got to check this place off our bucket list. Our only complaint is that it is not in our budget to stay longer so we could explore more of the country.
Tomorrow we're going to head to a cheaper part of the world, so we hope you'll hit that subscribe button and the like button so YouTube will let you know when we start posting those videos.
We hope you enjoyed our tour around London and what shocked us about the English, and we will see you all next time.
Cheers!
See you later.
Cheers. They're a pretty cool couple. I definitely would want to see what's up with that tower bridge. I think it looks pretty cool, honestly. But when I looked it up, because that Ferris wheel, it just felt like I was there before, and I remembered downtown Atlanta. That's what it reminds me of. So when I looked it up, downtown Atlanta, they got the Skyview Atlanta. That's their big Ferris wheel, and I just wonder if was it influenced by London? I'm very, very curious. I'm still trying. Okay, let me see. So the Skyview Atlanta. I'm gonna say influenced by London. Let me see what I can find here. See, it says it's similar to the London Eye, but the cars are smaller and you make multiple rounds and not just one long, slow one like in London. You'll get great views of the ATL skyline and it's very enjoyable. Look for a coupon to save on the price. That's not necessarily, let me see. So it's been compared for sure. I would definitely have to do some more research on it, but it definitely reminded me of when I seen it in London. It reminded me of Atlanta. Wow, that's awesome though. I definitely got to get on a Ferris wheel. Definitely. But overall, yeah, I definitely want to see that bridge. I mean, I want to see all of it. To be honest with you, it looks so cool. I was very surprised to hear them say that there was more diversity there than in the States. Wow, that just goes to say that London, it just specifically has so much to offer. I mean, it really is one heck of a city, and I don't think a lot of people realize that in America, you know. But with that being said, guys, original link in the description. Let me know what you loved most about this video, and I'll be back with more soon. Much love, y'all.